Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Sorry, the text behind me kind of tickles my nose. I'm better now if I stay on this side of the screen and keep the chat from Nomi's on that side of the screen. I should be fine. Of course, it's a little chilly in here too. Should I do the whole live broadcast like this? Does this look better? Is this worse? I can pop my collar like that. Cool, right? I'm hip. Pop collar? No pop collar? You guys call the ball? How's it going? Did you have a good weekend? Because today's Monday. Doing TLDR Live. Oh, what? Are you waiting for the soundtrack? Okay. That is Anomaly plus MR1. This was a submission from Marcus Darling 4026 there on YouTube. If you have not already liked me on Facebook, or if you've not circled me on Google+, or if you're not following me on Twitter, you didn't know that I had already shared that hours ago. You could have heard that soundtrack. It's a pretty good soundtrack. What do you say? I like it. It's very poppy, punchy, 8-bitty. That's my hip hop name, by the way. 8-bitty. That's hey, why not? C-pitty, 8-bitty. What do you think? 8-bitty? Yo, sup with the happy haps? Is that what the kids are saying these days? Anyway, I have to thank Marcus Darling 4026 on YouTube for this submission, the audio. Trying a different soundtrack every day, or at least trying to try a different soundtrack every day, considering I am not a musician, but I can appreciate music like that. I am a big 8-bit fan. 8-bit? I have, 1, 2, 3, I only have 7 pens here, so not quite 8-bit. But 8-bit! Yes. Not bad for a 2-bit loser, would you say? Welcome to TLDR, the LockerGnome Daily Report. Before we forget, let's tell everybody who has liked me on Facebook that we are streaming this live. And let me go ahead and tell everybody who is following me on Twitter that we are streaming live. And then, of course, I'm going to go over to the videos page right now, where the video is embedded, the page for the YouTube video that you're probably watching. You should see a little thumbs up like button. Click it. And if you don't see the thumbs up or like button on the page, you're on the wrong page. Hate to tell you. +1 it after you like it, just like Alex Pirillo, James Swanson, Skylar Johnson, Stacey Ferris, and Brian Miner have done, and as well as 9 others. And I'm going to go ahead and add a comment saying it's almost Friday! Can you believe it? Almost here! Just a few days away, with it being Monday today. Thank you for the shares, everybody out there. Whether you like the music or not, we appreciate you liking the video. I also have to thank Carl Conyers, who's a Nomi, and just like these other Nomis here behind me in chat. I don't think Carl's here. I didn't see his handle. He says he wanted to personally congratulate me on my recent marriage to Diana, and he said Steve Jobs was one of his role models. When he died, he was devastated. And to quote Carl Conyers, I don't know where he gets this from, but he says, "You are my new Steve Jobs." He's talking about me. And I'm honored. I'm not even in the same league, not even in the same universe as Steve Jobs. But he says, when I grow up, I watch every episode of TLDR, this live video broadcast here. I share each episode on Google Plus and Facebook. Thank you. He says, when I grow up, I hope to be as successful and lucky as you are. I'm pretty sure I'm your youngest fan, being only 14 years old. Almost. My birthday is March 22nd. I have a lot to look forward to in life. I'm getting my first iPhone ever. I'm so excited. I want to thank you for understanding the problem I had with my account a few weeks back. He's talking specifically about Gnomies. I refer back to your videos each day as a stress reliever. Technology is something I see doing for the rest of my life. I tried to start my own technology YouTube channel, Carl the Vlogger. Did I mention you're hilarious as well? Okay, he did. He even put that in there, a little aside there, as if he was joking about me being funny. Well, anyways, Chris, I just wanted to say congratulations and thank you. Hope you enjoy your gift below. And below, it was a blank sheet of paper. Carl, that was probably the most thoughtful gift because it's the gift of nothing. No, actually, it was a gift of a $15 iTunes gift certificate, which I have not really used yet. I'm still looking, for apps that I don't already have that I want. And there's not a lot of apps out there that I see that I want that I don't buy because apps are so affordable. $1 or $2, sometimes even $5 or $10. Still pretty cheap as far as software is concerned. For anybody who says that there's not a lot of software available for platforms that aren't Windows, they obviously don't know what they're talking about. But hopefully you know what you're listening about, or to. Me, 8-bitty. I need some bling. How am I going to bling myself? The kids still say that these days? Carl, you have to keep me in tune. You're a 14-year-old. That's hip, right? 14-year-old still hip? Yes, welcome all the Gnomies. Bentar, Trebor, Ed's MacBook. Hopefully Ed knows that his MacBook is in chat right now. If not, awkward. C. Condon, Robert B. We also have Kyle K, Rob Heathcote, Albertos Lopez, J. Kane 11, I Mark F1, Adam Brown, Jamie Bausch, this damn Scotsman, who is also now a regular contributor to LockerGnome, Tech Guru, Micaiah, Text Wad, Cool Secret Spy, Magic Tracks, Colorado Geek, Daniel Bushore, Nini, Lambros, what did I say? Psyched Magician? That's a new one to me. You got some new Gnomies here, I guess. And the list goes on and on, much like I do every day. Hello from St. Asaph in the UK, says Matt in 1990U on YouTube. Okay. Not exactly sure who St. Asaph was. What was St. Asaph? What was he the patron saint of? Curious to know. Patron saint of last names that are really difficult to pronounce. Probably. I'm guessing. That's just a guess, conjecture, not to offend any St. Asaph fans who are out there. Or really an entire religion. I'll offend you in due time. Don't worry. So we do have a full list of things to share with you today. And I got to let you know, number one, posted 2 YouTube videos over the weekend. Video comparison between the iPad 2 and the new iPad in terms of video recording quality between the two pieces of hardware. This Wednesday, we have an upcoming webinar for those of you who are into podcasting or want to get into podcasting, how you and your business can be successful using web media or new media. This is, I would put under the umbrella of podcasting. So if you want to know something about podcasting, we'll have the webinar for you this Wednesday. All you need to do to, see it is to sign up on gnomies.com. I haven't yet announced the new plans. We've got a couple of new plans in the works, including plans for those of you who want year-round promotions of your website, your app, your startup, your service, whatever. Stay tuned for that. And then I also have to tell you guys that this Thursday I'm doing something on Google Plus for YouTube partners that you're more than welcome to join me. You can watch from the audience talking about how Google Plus can be useful to YouTube partners who are out there. So if you like YouTube, if you want to have a business on YouTube, you want to be a YouTube partner, you are a YouTube partner, you may want to tune in for that. More details, of course, on my Google Plus page. You can circle me there, Chris Pirillo. Almost 1 million people have circled me now on Google Plus. Can you believe that? Kind of a shock, to tell you the truth. First time I've had 1 million followers on any traditional social network. So, or at least as far as we look at social networks. You can tune in, you can watch that broadcast, and it will be recorded. This Thursday, 5 p.m. on my Google Plus profile. I will be reminding you again, if not tomorrow, then hopefully on Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific when we do the live YouTube broadcast. So now that we've got some fun and functionality out of the way, I think it's time to roll forward with a couple of articles here that I know of. All right. Why are stolen phones being reactivated by wireless carriers? This is kind of crazy. Oh, boy. Wow. I can't believe I'm reading this. Okay, guys, here, guys, you ready for this? Here we go. Diana's not here right now. She's in the other room. I made her cry. I told her she can't get any more iOS upgrades. We're moving to Android. And now she's not talking to me. I thought you guys said it would be better. It'd be an upgrade, but y'all lied to me. Apparently now my wife isn't talking to me. Thanks for that. Great advice. Bang on. All right, let's go ahead and roll with the first video. You might have a cell phone, a mobile phone, a smartphone, whatever you call that thing that you carry around with you that you can't live without. Can you ever imagine a time when we walked around without these things? I mean, they didn't exist. You had to go to a payphone to communicate with someone or guess as to where they were. You couldn't really easily ask them. We didn't have these mobile communication devices. But did you realize that your cell phone, whatever it is, may be stolen? Did you know that it could have been stolen? Yeah, apparently the story posted on LockerGnome.com that we've linked in the video descriptions. Why are stolen phones being reactivated by wireless carriers? You see the link that it's somewhere there? Click on it to read the full story, but let me just read from the first paragraph. It's unfortunate that we have knotheads, that's a quote from the author of the article, who don't realize or don't care that their decisions are often a detriment to a society that is forced to place regulations on them. This was once again brought home by to me, the author of the article, on the Today Show recently, when a segment covered a practice by wireless carriers that allows them to activate a phone even after the phone has been reported to the police as stolen. Let me restate that again. This is for real. There's a practice by which wireless carriers that allows them to activate a phone even after the phone has been reported to the police as stolen. Your phone could have been fenced. Is it really your phone? How do you know it was your phone? Yes, if you bought a refurb, do you know who had that phone before you did? Let the buyer beware. That's kind of, I mean, it's something that, would be concerning if I purchased the phone knowing that it was used, not knowing where it came from. But I guess that would be concerning at a completely different level, especially if I report a phone as stolen to the authorities. They know it's stolen. The wireless carrier then knows it's also stolen, but then continues to sell it anyway, without me knowing or having the right to get that phone back when I reported it as stolen. This is one of the reasons why, number one, I like the way Apple does things out of the box with Find My iPhone, so I could potentially retrieve the lost phone. And people have done that, as a matter of fact, to retrieve their lost iOS devices, not just phone, but iPad and iPod Touch. There are third-party services that will allow you to do the same thing with a non-iOS device, so don't feel that you're being left out either, especially if there's a worry that your phone is going to be stolen. And even with that worry, how does that make you feel? That wireless carriers are reselling goods that they may know have been stolen from other people. Someone got some splaining to do. And if you want more information about this story as it unfolds, we've got the article, or the story really, linked in this video's description. I'm going to go ahead and +1 it so that people will see it. I'm going to go ahead and tweet it and like it as well, and hopefully you'll spread the news, because wireless carriers may want to wake up to know that we probably don't like that. That's kind of crazy. It's nuts. Cuckoo. Ding-dongs. All right. Let's go on to the next article about Windows 8, shall we? Well, tough. We're going to do it anyway. Don't you roll your eyes at me. I'll roll them right onto the floor. That's what'll happen. Don't think I won't do it. And we have 189 people watching right now. 189 people. Only 88 likes. We have half of you guys liking the video. You guys are obviously watching. Thank you. But only 88 likes. What is up with that? Huge discrepancy there. Also have another huge discrepancy with 180 of you guys watching. Only 80 of you are visiting LockerGnome.com right now, even though I referenced an article. And I'm about to reference another article you guys might want to look at. Let's bring it all online. Let's get all the numbers the same. You didn't think I knew how many people were watching. I know. I have the numbers sitting in front of me. And if you don't think I can make my eyes wider, watch me. Keep going. Keep doing it. Keep pushing. You got it? They're going to pop out on their own. You know, some people, even after recording and broadcasting, this video, they never watch the full episode. They only watch the individual clips. And now you know what they're missing. 184. Can you guys see that many people are watching too? It's kind of funny. I think it's funny. Hang on, I got something in my eye. Oh yeah, it's my finger. All right, so let's go ahead and go on with the question. Can Windows 8 tablets compete with iPad? I don't know how successful Windows 8 will be, but Microsoft is obviously pinning a lot of hopes on the next iteration of their operating system. I think it'll do okay, but if they continue down the path that they've laid out in front of us, at least as far as the consumer preview is concerned. And I know many people say, oh, it's just beta. No, I don't think you realize how many changes aren't going to happen, despite people pushing back on Microsoft for really some potentially catastrophic usability mistakes that they may be making with Windows 8. It's funny. Microsoft byline is no compromises, but the one thing they've compromised is user experience, and we've detailed that in the past. Some people are holding off right now on buying an iPad or a Windows 8 tablet because Windows 8 tablets don't yet exist. iPads exist. They're 3 generations in. Windows 8 tablets, not yet. So there are a few things that you might consider, before really asking the questions. Can Windows 8 effectively compete with an iPad? Windows 8 has not yet shipped. Question is very difficult to answer, but they're putting a lot on the table with Windows 8. In fact, probably too much. The usability of Windows 8 on a tablet is okay with the Metro experience, the new experience, but as soon as you pop app into the, or I should say pop back, not pop bap, wasn't trying to coin a new phrase or anything, into the Aero or traditional desktop experience on a touch tablet, that's where it gets a little jarring. Microsoft's got a good idea. They're just going about it in a very weird way in terms of bringing people to where they want them to be, and that is using tablets. The thing that I think people have to keep in mind the most, and we've detailed it in the full story on LockerGnome.com, is linked in this video's description. I think the biggest hurdle that people will have to overcome, and you're more than welcome to disagree with me, price. If you cannot buy a tablet that competes with an iPad at the same price point as an iPad, it's going to be a tough sell. $499 gets you an iPad. Do you think $499 is going to get you a decent PC, a tablet PC running Windows 8? A nice screen, super high resolution, speedy, a lot of apps potentially. I don't know. I don't see it happening anytime soon. I think that's going to be Microsoft's biggest problem with getting people to adopt Windows 8 tablets in the immediate future without subsidies to OEMs. Price. And yeah, you can buy a super powerful Windows 8 PC and spend a lot of money on it. The most expensive, tablet, Apple, or iPad tablet, the most expensive iPad you can buy is just shy of $900, not including taxes. And with taxes, it's usually over $900. At least it is here in Washington State. It's going to be tough for competitors in that space dealing with price. When you look at Windows 8 tablet, you can view weather. You can do that on the iPad. Oh, but you can view stocks too. Well, you can do that on the iPad. You can play Cut the Rope. You can do that on an iPad. Angry Birds, iPad. So if it boils down to apps, people are going to be looking at pricing. And if they're not looking at pricing, they may be looking at network options. I need an Ethernet port. Okay, fine. Then you probably don't want an iPad. If you need a hardwired network connection, You're probably not going to be buying a tablet because a tablet with a network port is a little awkward, at least not without some kind of docking system. Then, of course, you can dive into speed of the computer, capacity in terms of how much storage. 64 gigs is where an iPad tops out. You're probably going to see better options in tablet computers, although I'd be shocked if an OEM could get a comparable tablet computer, PC computer, running Windows 8 on a capacitive touchscreen with a super high resolution, 64 gigs at least, and an SSD, solid state drive, and compete with the iPad. There are a lot of things to consider. It's not just Windows versus iOS, guys. Okay, it's not just about the platform wars here. There's a lot of things to consider. And we outlined the options, price, network options, hardware, processor, apps, service and support. That's a biggie. Screen size and resolution, two different things. Screen size, completely different from resolution. Completely. That's why you can have an 84-inch monitor, but if the resolution is 1024 by 768, ugh. So, can Windows 8 tablets effectively compete with Apple's iPad? Remains to be seen, but I think it's going to be a tough one if they can't fall in line with all the options that Apple's placed with the bar. Can they make it? Do you guys think that they can make it? Not just Microsoft, but all of their partners as well, because it ain't just Microsoft in this game, guys. This isn't just about Windows versus iOS. Hate to tell you that. There's a lot more that you have to consider, especially when making a decision between these two, I would say, radically different experiences. We have people posting on LockerGnome.com every day, and we accept new guest bloggers on a regular basis. If you want to be considered, all you have to do is write well, and if you write really well and you have great perspectives, good stories to share, you may become a regular contributor. Just like John McKinley, who you might know as This Damn Scotsman on the Nomies chat. You may have heard him in the TeamSpeak server on live.pirillo.com. He's now going to be a regular contributor on LockerGnome.com. He's got some rather unique perspectives. There he is. See, you can say hi to This Damn Scotsman. He's a really nice guy. He's got good perspectives. His first blog post, his first story, is up on LockerGnome right now. Feel free to share it if you like it, just like I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and +1 that, make sure it gets out there. It's linked in the video description. You can click on it real quick. Let me try description. That was supposed to be description. Hopefully he writes better than I can speak. In the story is my mantra, and he kind of took that mantra and turned it into a full-on explanation in the story. Better is relative. And if I've not described this term, at least this week, let me do that again. There are many times I'll look at the comments on YouTube, or even some of the questions that come in to my inbox. They're okay questions. People ask, what's the best iPad case? What's the better computer? What's the this? What's the better? What's the best? What's the... And the problem with better is that what's better for me is not necessarily better for you. So in order for me or anybody to answer that kind of question effectively, you got to give them more information. You can't just throw out there the idea that what's great for you is going to be great for everybody. Usually. There are rare exceptions. Sometimes you have something that's a best in class, where there are not a lot of options out there, in which case you can say between two things, this is better. But you could also say, well, between these two things, this is better for this kind of feature, this is better for this kind of feature. So, which is better? Okay, let's imagine. We have two traditional desktop PCs. Each one runs. Trying to say one of those two things and screwed up both times. Each one runs Windows, the latest version, and this one has same amount of memory as this one. This one has, let's say, a hard drive, and this one has a solid-state disk. And, in terms of speed, in terms of CPU and whatnot, they're the same. The only thing that's different between this one and this one, let's say they're the same price. But this one's got an SSD, this one's got a hard drive. Which is better? Can't answer that question. It's not even a trick question. You just can't answer the question. Now, if you're going to ask overall speed, which one's better, it's probably going to be the SSD. If you're asking, well, which is better for storing more video files on, I would say the one that's got more storage. So, which is better? Can't answer the question. Better is relative. Keep that in mind. Before you ask a question, this versus that, you have to remember, context is everything. I have to remind this to a lot of people who are on YouTube, kids, really, those who are well under the age of 18 and still living with their parents, don't have a full grasp on the meaning of better and best, with it being relative. And without full analysis and context and understanding of what you're looking for or what someone else might be looking for, you could never answer that question effectively. We've gone into even more logic, in case you'd care to look, in the story that we've linked in the video's description. And we think it's a pretty good post. It's a good story to share. Is it better than the other stories out there today? Yes. But then again, I'm kind of biased. $208 people watching now. Thank you, everybody. Oh, the 115 likes too. There's a high number here, low number here. I don't know how to get them to balance out between each other. How do we do that? SSDs will get there. We're not there yet. Why web apps might beat native apps on the mobile front. All right, here we go. How many apps do you have installed on your smartphone? Go ahead. I'll give you a few minutes to count. Done? Did you figure out how many you have? I have hundreds. Some of them aren't really native apps that I have installed. They're merely web apps. So they're a series of JavaScripts wrapped in HTML5, like this. Let's see here. Free the apps. If you go to go.tagjag.com/free apps, this is not a dedicated application I downloaded from the App Store. It is, there's a couple new apps available. Hang on. Oh, nice. I can get GarageBand for free, iPhoto for free, Assassin's Creed, iMovie, Madden, NFL, FIFA, Grand Theft Auto for free, Words with Friends for wow. Get a lot of new ones for free. Anyway, it's a web app. So I can install it really on any phone that supports those web technologies like HTML5 and that whole arena, rather than a native app. So there's a hope that eventually web apps will beat native apps. Apps that run natively on one platform or another, or any platform. We've detailed in the story that we've linked in the video description why web apps might beat out native apps on the mobile front. Talking about this, not so much that. Desktop, yesterday's paradigm. Mobile, today and tomorrow's paradigm. Do you have web apps? Do you even know the difference? And if an app is coded well enough, you won't know the difference between a native app or an app that was compiled specifically to run on your device versus a web app, which can be run on any device that uses a web browser that supports those web technologies. I predict at some point in the future, maybe 10 years from now, web apps will be the apps, in which case it won't matter what platform you run, so long as you can run web apps. And a platform that doesn't support web apps, not a very good platform. So what do you guys think? Can web apps beat native apps? Not today, but tomorrow? Take a look at our analysis that we've posted on LockerGnome.com. The story is linked in the video's description. I'm going to go ahead and +1 tweet and like it, and hopefully you will as well. It's a good discussion to have, don't you think? Can you help clients protect themselves when they will not listen? I love my dad. I think many of you love him as well. But gotta tell you, sometimes it can be just a bit infuriating to help him through a problem that he's having, or help him get to a solution that I need him to get to. I had an hour-long conversation with him the other day about Dropbox, and he did not want to install the cloud on his computer. And I understand what he's saying. Try to talk him through the problem and the solution, but I couldn't quite get him over a few humps, and had to explain and de-explain things several times over on a topic that is pretty basic to me. There are times when people hurt themselves and they don't realize they're hurting themselves, and I've tried to explain to people like my father that sometimes they make it more difficult than it needs to be. I do my best to kind of remove those pain points. We've got a story posted on LockerGnome.com. How can you help clients protect themselves when they will not listen? It's a tough one. How many times have you sat in front of a friend's computer, family member's computer, only to realize they've installed just about every piece of crapware they possibly could have to download free ringtones and free music on their computer, meanwhile compromising the computer? Don't install that stuff. Yeah, but I want free music. Why don't you just pay for the music? I don't want to pay for music. Do you realize how much you're paying me to fix your computer? You could have saved so much money. You're paying me more than you would have paid for a subscription to get the music legally. Yet, they continue to hurt themselves. I'm very lucky because my dad and my mom don't do that. They don't pirate anything. They don't download anything to a fault other than through vetted app stores. I'm very grateful for that. How do you help people protect themselves when they won't listen to you? Stop installing that crap. They won't listen. How do you protect them from themselves? I've done my best to explain over and over and over again and try to put it in relative terms. Again, going back to the free music example, you can spend $10 a month minimum, or maybe $5 a month minimum to get music legally. Or you can pirate it and download software that'll ruin your computing experience and potentially cost you more than it would have cost you if you paid $5 a month, or even $10 a month. You pay for a computer technician who knows what he's doing, or she, and it will probably cost you more than the music access. So at which point, why did you pirate? Why did you ruin your computing experience? I know what I'm doing. Really? You've never been infected with spyware or junk that you installed on your computer because you were trying to circumvent the system. You were trying out a hack, a crack, a serial, whatever. How do I protect you from you? Or do I just let you do your thing until you get in trouble and then you realize, something's wrong? Well, you got to put yourself in that situation. I could bail you out, but it'll cost you. How much is it going to cost me? More than it would have cost you if you would have done it right the first way. How was I doing it right? Well, you do it right by doing things the way they were meant to be done. Piracy generally is not a way things are meant to be done. And I'm guessing as the proliferation of app stores, whether we're talking app stores on a desktop or a mobile experience, as they continue to become more popular and widely used, the amount of infections, spyware, junk, and malware should dramatically decrease on computing experiences, mobile or desktop. How do you keep people protected from themselves? Especially if you know better. I mean, without making them feel bad. It's not about being condescending. It's about helping them not do this. Ah! My eye hurts! My eye! My eye! Well, quit stabbing yourself in the eye. Ah! It hurts! Okay, stop stabbing yourself in the eye, sir. Ah! I can't! Why can't you stab yourself in the eye? Because my arm's moving. Are you moving your arm? Yeah, I'm moving my arm. Well, stop moving your arm. I can't. Why? Because I have to stab my eye. For some reason or another, some of you have it in your thick skulls. Not all of you. I'm thankful to say. You have it in your head that I censor things because I delete comments. I wouldn't say that's a form of censorship. I'm not coming to your house. I'm not beating down your door. I'm not controlling you. Not telling you what you can and cannot say. I control what happens on my turf, right? And I can choose what stays and what goes. I have that power. According to the terms of service of most social networks, I have that control. And I'm grateful for that control. That's not so much censorship. I'm not telling you what you can and cannot say. I'm telling you what I will put up with. And if you don't want to put up with my guidelines, you're free to take your thoughts elsewhere if you call them thoughts. So this is in line with something that should concern you. Apparently, Microsoft is censoring Pirate Bay links in Live Messenger. So you're using the Live Messenger application, and let's say, for argument's sake, you, for some unknown reason, pasted a link to the Pirate Bay to send off to someone you know. It might not happen if you're using Microsoft's Live Messenger. That's what they're calling it today. Their desktop, or I guess they also have a mobile client as well. They're not allowing you to share those links back and forth between one another using their platform. Is that censorship? Is it smart? Is it stupid? Is it silly? We've got the full story on LockerGnome.com outlining exactly what's happening and our perspective on the matter. Full perspective, I should say. Feel free to share that link with other people. Don't worry, I don't think Microsoft will block you from sharing it. Of course, you can try it. Let me know if it does happen. Should they be doing this? It is a little frightening, to tell you the truth. I appreciate the control that I have, sending links back and forth, but Microsoft might be trying to protect their user base, because half their user base doesn't know what they're doing when they click links in instant messengers. Despite you or me knowing a legitimate link versus a non-legitimate link. Not to say that a Pirate Bay link is not legitimate. It is. It's absolutely legitimate. But is Microsoft potentially endorsing piracy if they allow you to share those links on their platform? Interesting discussion to have, I would say. Feel free to posit your thoughts. I hope I don't have to delete any of them. And I usually only delete things that get rude or out of line if you start making personal attacks and whatnot. That's usually where I'm like, okay, I don't want to have that conversation. But this is interesting. What do you guys think? This is not me. Don't shoot the messenger. Unless, of course, you want to uninstall it. Oh, crap. Yeah, crap. Hang on. I love my dad. Okay, that was 3. Okay, here we go. I thought I screwed something up there. Backlink of the day, and I didn't. The backlink of the day goes to craigduffy.blogspot.com. He linked to the LockerGnome post about how to use the Windows 8 start screen. Thank you so much for that support. If you want to be considered a backlink of the day, just link back to LockerGnome.com. Really easy to do. Yeah, I was sorry. I was listening to the video again to make sure I got it. Everything was fine. And link back to LockerGnome, dude. Seriously. And if there are any other people who want to write for LockerGnome, you just have to write well. Doesn't need a lot of editing, good perspective, unique stories. Those are the things we like on LockerGnome, okay? I'm just telling you. Wow. Oh, crap. What was that? Wow, wow, oh, crap. Wow, wow. What did I do? Wait. What sound effect was that? Did anyone get it? I'll do it again. Looking at the YouTube links here. See, anybody get it? Anybody get it? No. I get someone telling me that I'm pretty. No one got it? The Price is Right? You know, when they fail? It's like... Okay, I guess you guys are done with me today then? You guys don't want to talk anymore? Fine. Don't want to hold you here. I'll let you go. Let you move on with your life on this Monday. A happy Monday, I hope. Thank you again to Carl Conyers for passing along that iTunes gift card. It will be used for evil purposes. No, I'm kidding. It won't be used for... You can't use it for evil purposes. It's Apple. It's iTunes. I can't really download anything bad there that I know of. Know Me of the Day, Carl Conyers. Thank you. Carl the Vlogger on YouTube. And thank you. It's Karl, by the way. Just so you know, Bentar. Feel free to join us at nomies.com. This is my monkey impression. Sorry, I had an itch in the top. Nomies.com. Fun stuff. We'll help your business along. Doing that webinar this week, and later on in the week, we'll be having the hangout. So one is going to be about podcasting on a professional basis, and the other one is going to be about YouTube and partners on YouTube using Google Plus to accelerate their engagement. So nomies.com. By the way, pretty soon we're going to go back to just having annual-only subscriptions. Just FYI, everyone else will be grandfathered in, so if you want to get in on a lower level, you might want to do that now, because if I get time today, I'm going to make that switch. But I got to tell you, I've been watching Battlestar Galactica on Netflix, and I'm hooked. This is... Get Netflix, if only for the streaming, for a month, to watch Battlestar Galactica. Wow. Not since the days of Star Trek Deep Space Nine have I been as interested in serial sci-fi content. Amazing. Battlestar Galactica, that is my number. I may actually do, after I'm done with the entire series, I may do a video on it. I'm like, you guys have to see this. The first two will get you hooked. And I'm on I finally started season 3 after season 1, 2, 2.5. I banged out 2.5 this weekend. I'm on to season 3. Didn't mean to flip you off there, guys, by the way. That was just me counting. I think it's time to close the video now before I offend anybody else. Hopefully I didn't offend all 241 of you watching right now. Hope you guys also liked all the links that we provided for you in the description. Did you guys look at the links? Do you look at the links at all? Do you appreciate the links that we have to share with you? We hope you do. We really do. This is the reason why we create these stories, just for you. Let me make sure I +1 to all of them. There's a +1. There's a +1. There's a +1. Oop, got a +1 that one. +1 that one. See, I go back and I got a +1 all these things. It's not just me asking you to do it. 182 people visiting LockerGnome.com right now. So we're pretty close, in line with one another. U.S. number 1, UK number 2, number 3 Australia, number 4 Canada, 5 Germany, 6 Netherlands, 7 none. 8 Ireland, 9 Denmark, 10 Egypt, beating out France and Mexico. Sorry, guys. It's just the way the stats roll. Give you guys a shot. You guys could have clicked the links. You could have clicked any one of the links. You know the articles that we shared today? Why are stolen phones being reactivated by wireless carriers? Can Windows 8 tablets compete with the iPad? Better is relative. Why web apps might beat out native apps on the mobile front? How can you help clients protect themselves when they will not listen? And Microsoft censoring Pirate Bay links in Live Messenger. Did you get all 6 of them? 6. Good articles. Good audience. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing to the LockerGnome email newsletter. Thank you for supporting our endeavors here. Let me go ahead and close her out. Normally I say, hey, go to the chat room 24/7, live.pirillo.com. But I'm going to close this video out today, the live video, with the soundtrack that was created by Anomaly plus MR1. Oh, before I do that, I also have on my Google Plus page the old lady, the 80-year-old lady who walked into an Apple Store glass window and is now suing them for $1 million. You can watch that video there. It's kind of fun. I shared another funny video. Oh yeah, the animated GIF of the woman catapulting a melon into her face. That is hilarious. Oh yeah, and then the funny guy that walks in and then he holds on to the guy's beard at the end. And then the white guy who goes into the black woman's house and asks her to use her bathroom and then gets in the shower. Hilarious stuff. Only shared on Google Plus, really. I wouldn't say she's stupid. Just a little, maybe the glass was clean. I've walked into windows before. I'm not stupid. $1 million. Maybe I should walk into a window and sue someone for $1 million. All right, let me go ahead and close her out with the audio once again from Anomaly NMR1. Still waiting for it to play. It's not playing. Still not playing. Ooh, wait. I realize I can do it. I can do this. I can do this better. I can do it. I can do this. Hang on. Wait. I'll do it like the end of a newscast, like, you know, when they roll credits and everything. I'll pretend like I'm talking to people, and even though I won't be talking to people, so we're gonna try this again. Okay, I'm gonna pretend to be a newscaster. Hang on. Let me get my papers here. The headlines. Give me a minute. Well, see you later. Okay, now we'll see you later.